Hello everyone, my name's Cliff and welcome back to my channel. This is Cliff's Dark Gems. And if you're new here, welcome for the first time. And today it's Tag Tuesday and we're going to do a tag called the Would You Rather book tag, Impossible Edition. Stay tuned. Okay everyone, so this tag was created, original tag by the BookishDrummer, and I actually watched it last night and I decided I really wanted to do this tag because it's awesome and it offers you really impossible choices and some of the questions are very, very interesting. And so yeah, we're just going to jump straight into the tag. Okay, there are 10 questions and the first question says, would you rather only be able to reread your favorite book once every 10 years or be forced to read your least favorite book once a year? Okay, this was a simple one for me. There's no way on the earth that I'm going to read a terrible book every single year. I would rather wait for 10 years to read my favorite book, Swan Song. It's just as simple as that. And anyway, most of the one-star books, or most of the terrible books that I read, I can't have DNF them anyway, throw them aside. And what's interesting about this question, what it doesn't say, is I'm presuming that you can read other books in the meantime as well. But in either case, I'd rather not read than have to read something terrible every single year. So that's my answer to that one. Okay, the second one is a great one. Would you rather be forced to get rid of all your books by your favorite author or get rid of your entire library besides your favorite author? Now, for those of you like me who have one particular author that they absolutely love, Stephen King, in my case, I have about 50-60 books by him, and I'd find it very, very difficult to let them go. However, saying that, I've got about 700-800 books in my library, all over the place, and variety is the spice of life. So, yeah, I know that I'd be very, very sad, but I'd have to say goodbye to my Stephen King collection for that one. Okay, the third question. Would you rather only be able to read very short books, less than 300 pages, or very long books, 700 pages? Now I imagine a lot of fantasy people will maybe go for the longer books, because most of those big epic fantasy series, you get these big thick books. And yeah, I tend to like long books as well. However, to only be able to read long books and never be able to pick up a shorter book is kind of dangerous in my mind, because that would put me into a reading slump. If you're reading a long book that you're not enjoying, whereas in a short book, 300, 200 pages, it's much easier to read over a day or a couple of days. It's more manageable and it's less likely to put you in a slump. And I gather from this it means short stories as well. So you can just pick up something and read it in one sitting, which is a good thing. So yeah, even though I like some longer books, I'll go with the 300 or less for this one. Number 4. Would you rather your favorite series get a terrible adaptation or never be adapted? Now, my favorite series is Dark Tower series by Stephen King, and it got adapted into a bloody awful movie. I really didn't enjoy that at all. It was a travesty. And yeah, unless something is done properly, I'd rather it's not going to be adapted. If you look at Lord of the Rings, with Peter Jackson, there was a magnificent adaptation. So if the Dark Tower with the same kind of treatment, then yes, but not if it's going to be a terrible adaptation. Number 5. Would you rather an unfinished series have a terrible ending or remain unfinished forever? That's a difficult one as well. Look, I don't read many series anymore with horror. I have read some fantasy. And for me, sometimes I think an ending is better than no ending at all. Even though, for me, when you read a big, fat fantasy, the journey's almost as good as a destination. And you're getting to know the characters and the story, and the various plot and the world building. So yeah, the ending is not everything. But I think it's best to have an ending then no ending at all. Okay, number 6 says, would you rather cut your reading time in half or cut your book buying budget in half? There's no bloody way I'm cutting my book buying budget in half. I'm on a budget as it is, and so yeah, I'll just have to cut my reading in half, which is not the end of the world anyway. Sometimes quality better than quantity, that kind of thing. And yeah, I've been reading kind of slowly over the last few months anyway. So yeah, I'm not cutting my book buying budget because I'm on a tight budget as it is. So that's my answer to that one. Number 7, would you rather be forced to listen to audiobooks at 3 times the speed or listen to audiobooks at half time the speed? I don't listen to audiobooks, people, I don't. I know that might change one day. I wear glasses, I'm short-sighted, I have to change my glasses into reading glasses. And yeah, one day I might be forced to actually have to listen to audiobooks because my eyes are failing me as I get older. But until then, that's not going to happen. But let's just see if I had to listen to audiobooks, if I can imagine for this particular answer. I don't want to listen to something at half speed. I'd rather speed it up a little bit, because then it'll finish quicker. So yeah, that would probably be my answer for that one. 3 times the speed. Okay, number 8. Would you rather only be able to read physically or only be able to listen to audiobooks? Once again, okay, this is the last one for audiobooks. I don't listen to audiobooks. Yeah, it's extra expensive as well. But when I get older, if my eyes start failing, then I'll listen to audiobooks. So yeah, that's the only thing I can say about that one. Okay, these last 2 are actually really great as well. Number 9. Would you rather be stuck reading a mix of 3 and 4 star books or read a mix of 1 and 5 star books? So presumably that means that all the books you ever read for the rest of your life are going to be 3 or 4 or 1 and 5. Now I'm going to go for 1 and 5 because if it's a 1-star book, I will put it down and I'll pick up a book until I find that 5-star book. Kind of cheating, I know, but that's how I give ratings on Goodreads. I don't give 1 star. I DNF it. So if I can see it's going to be a terrible book, just toss it aside. It's that simple. And finally, number 10. Would you rather only watch your favorite booktuber or watch everyone besides your favorite booktuber? Okay, this can be a tough one, but I don't think I have a favorite. I have favorites. And think about it, some of my favorite booktubers are very big. And it's fun to watch them. But one thing I like about watching smaller booktubers or other booktubers is the correspondence and the comments and the kind of friendships you build. So I tend to watch a lot of smaller and medium-sized booktube just for that particular reason. Some of the really massive booktubers that I watch it every now and then, and I'm talking ones that got like close to 1 million or whatever. Yeah, I don't need to watch them, to be honest. I like to be on booktube to talk to people and to communicate with people via the comments. So that's just an important part of it for me. So yeah, I could do without watching my favorite huge booktubers. Yeah. Okay, that's the end of the tag. I just want to say well done to the Bookish Drummer. It's an awesome tag. And I'd like to tag just 2 people. Greg from Another Bibliophile Reads, mainly because I know how much you love audiobooks, and Big Aldo's Booktube, who reads a lot of fantasy as well. And of course, to anyone who wants to do this tag, feel free. That's what tags are there for. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with this, guys. Please let me know down in the comments below what you think. How would you have answered for some of these questions? What would you have said? Yeah, and take care of yourselves. Until next time, keep those pages turning, and cheers.